Happy Monday, day 9,427 in the Coronaville. So I'm going to give you a few minutes to come on, and those of you on Facebook, I'm going to remind you that you can stay here on Facebook, but I only address and answer questions for anybody who's tuning in through YouTube. So if you really do want more of an interaction with me and you're tuning in from Facebook and you see this green screen behind me, you probably want to come onto my YouTube channel and interact. And it's Intuitive Medium, Deborah Hanlon. Yeah. So I'm just waiting. I'm waiting for my people over here on YouTube to come through. And if you guys are here, because I can't see you yet, but if you're here, just let me know where you're tuning in from. And if this is your first time ever joining me. So, and I always like to hear where you guys are. So let me know about that too. Same with you, Facebook. And I kind of positioned my chair a little bit differently, which it only took me a year and a half to figure that I need to move about 7 inches to my right for you guys. But I finally figured it out. So hello, Dana and Annie and Robin. Hello. It's Monday night. Every Monday night, I come on 8:30 till whenever. And we just talk and we just gab and we just laugh and we just waste time because that's what life has come to. So, yeah, how's everybody doing in Coronaville? It's not Margaritaville, it's Coronaville. How's everyone doing? Usually I like to come on and give like a little cheer, a little pep talk, some inspiration about like, hey guys, we've got this, come on. But you know what? When you have hair that begins to look like this, all spirituality and oneness with the universe just leaves, and I'm done. I'm done because look at this. It's really like noticeably here for me because I haven't had like really bright lights on because it's been raining in the Northeast and it's been dark and cold. So I really haven't been looking in my hair, but my God, you can see it. And I told you guys, I'm not going to go and do a box. I promised my hairdresser I'm not going to do a box. And I promised like all of you, this is female solidarity right here. And my hair looks greasy, but it's just because it's against the green screen. It's really not greasy. I've been taking some biotin. It's actually quite thick. So that's a positive. But if you usually come on for like inspiration, you might want to turn it off tonight. I don't know if I have any. WTF. Like I'm okay and then I'm not okay and then I'm okay and I'm not okay and then I'm totally fine. I like it and I'm like, oh, this is great. And then I hate it. And then I miss my friends and I miss my people and I miss the center and then I don't. And then I'm like, yeah. And then I go on Facebook and I hate everybody. And then I hate that I have an opinion about anything because if you say it, then everyone's going to jump on you. So you don't say it, but then you're pissed that you didn't say it. Is that, you guys relate? You know what I mean? Or you're like, I'm not saying anything. I'm not throwing my hat in that. And then you're like, I should throw my hat in that. So then I go to reach for a book to read because I could survive till I'm 100 and have books in my own home, my own fingertips, because that's how many books I own. But then I get ADD and I'm just like, oh, I shouldn't have picked this book. This one's annoying me. And then I'm like really grateful. And I'm like, God, this could be so much worse. And I pray for the people who it's so bad for and the people who have passed and the nurses and the food workers. And I pray for everyone. And then I'm like, fuck that, man, this is terrible. So there's like no way to be. So I guess the whole thing is like the way you are is the way you have to be. Do you know what I mean? Like whatever you're feeling in any moment is right on. It's perfect. It's perfect. And if you're not feeling the love and light, you're just human. You're human because I'm not feeling the love and light. I'm not feeling the inspiration. You know, I'll put on like Deepak, right? I love Deepak. And I'm like, oh, shut up, Deepak. Stop it. Stop. I can't handle anything. And then I'm really excited. So maybe next week, maybe the mood will strike me and maybe I will be like, I have found my center again. But yeah, no, my center is somewhere in a black hole right now, known as the coronavirus. So yes, the highs and lows. I didn't see the rest of that, but something about highs and lows. And it's just highs and lows. And here, a friend of mine and I were texting today. Because what else are you going to do in between appointments? I'm like, I'm going to text my friends. So I got nothing else to do, which is so not true. I have 9,000 things to do, and I'll tell you what's coming up because I'm busy. Busier than ever, which is weird, and then more bored than ever, which is weird. Now I lost my train of thought. I don't even know where I was going with that. Oh yeah, my friend and I, we were using the word amplified, and everything feels amplified. Like I don't think I'm very different than my normal life, pre-corona life. But however you are in your normal setting it's now amplified. Would you guys agree with that or not? Like if you're very, very chill, you're amplified and chill. If you're very, very sad, you're amplified and sad. And that changes like day to day, hour to hour. So that's my experience. That's what's happening. I'm pretty proud of humanity. I have to say, I think we fell in line, particularly Americans, because I really have not listened to news and I don't know how other countries have done because I can't do the news thing. But I feel like Americans, maybe I'm even specifically speaking about New Yorkers, like we all fell into line pretty well. I think we should all give ourselves a pat on the back for going, all right, we did a good job collectively. Yes, you've got your few, off the bell curve a-holes that don't want to listen, and none of us want to listen. No, I don't want to listen. I don't want the center shut down and all my events canceled. And, none of us want that. None of us want that. But we listen because there's like a bigger picture here. So, yeah, whatever. All right, let me see your note. Let me see your notes. So if you're tuning in from Facebook, you see this big ugly green screen behind me. If you want to ask questions, and these are generalized questions, not any specific intuitive questions, you should come onto my YouTube channel because I can't see that far. I can only see this far, and this writing is bigger. And I think I just burped in the microphone. I totally did. See, I've lost myself. Totally lost myself. All right, let's see who everyone's here. Okay. Hello, Carolyn. Hello, Robin. Michelle. You'd rather be Margaritaville. Me too. Hello, Sue. Hey, Pork Poker. That would be Kelly. Hello, we've got this. We've made it this far. Only 2 more weeks. Nope, it's not gonna be 2 more weeks. You look amazing. Oh my God, that's nice. Thank you. The Cruella look is fine. I feel a little Cruella-y, but I'm embracing it. It's my solidarity. Women, like, we need to embrace, like, listen, this is my reality right now. I could use a box. I could use root spray. I got it for emergencies, but I feel like I need to show up like as I am, which is a bunch of bullshit because as I really am is normally like this at home. This is how I look all the time. Walk around the house, yoga pants and t-shirt and some sweatshirt with my little slippers. And that's how I really look around the house all day. So my poor family sees this all day, minus any makeup. I put makeup on. My lips are slightly red because I had a bit of wine before we started. Not a lot, so I'm not like buzzed or anything. But yeah, this is my Corona look. This is my Corona face, right? And I'm getting used to it. I'm getting used to my Corona face. I'm like, what? What? This is my Corona face. So like Monday nights when I actually have to put makeup on, or Sunday nights when I actually like try to come together a little bit, or group Zoom readings, I actually pull myself together. I don't come up with Corona face. It's like a night out. It's like I'm getting all gussied up. Yeah. So thank you for providing me some time to actually look at my face and go, oh crap, I gotta do something about this. Because my kids and Greg have been wonderful about not saying a word about my Corona face. So yeah, so thank you. But it's not going to be 2 more weeks. It's not. I'm starting to realize like my denial of the fact that it's not going to be 2 more weeks um is waning. It's leaving. Okay, let's see. Dana. Oh my God, Dana works at a pharmacy. I don't know how you guys do it with the masks. I can't handle the store with the mask. I feel like I can't breathe. Mike, try a salt lamp. Thank you. Devin, I reach for cookie dough. You reach for cupcake. I reach for a book, but that's after I've like sugared myself out. So don't know. There's no healthiness. Like I have been forcing myself to eat vegetables every day because cookie dough, like it's a serious problem, the cookie dough thing. I'm not freaking lying about this, but I just keep making it. And I had someone drop some off. Thank you, which I really did appreciate, but then I don't appreciate because I'm like, great. And I eat spoonfuls of cookie dough. Yes. Okay. Thank you. You know, Mike actually has a real question. So let's address my questions instead of you guys hear me like totally rant and vent, although that feels so good to rant and vent. And it's like I pray for the world and I hate the world, and then I say, oh yay, Mother Earth, for you're getting clean and shiny. And then I'm like, really, Mother Earth, could you have made it sunny? Like I could have done this with some sun. I could have pretended that I was like going to work out outside and walk and hike and stuff. I'm not going to, but I really feel the mood to hike when it's raining out and I can't. So Mother Earth, whatever. Mike's question is, I actually had a question about your meditations. Are you meditating and guiding kind of at the same time? And yes, I am. I put myself in a zone, if you will, when I lead the guided meditations, but collectively we create it together. So what does that mean? Like last night was kind of funny because I kept getting visuals of Superman. And then afterwards, when we discussed, people were like, oh my God, I kept seeing Superman. That wasn't coming from me. I was feeling it from them, or maybe it was coming from me and they picked it up from me. Who knows? We don't know which happens first. So collectively we create it, and I'm in the meditation and I'm following along, but I'm like 2 steps ahead of you. So I'm describing a situation that I've already walked through, but I have no plan for meditations. And almost over the 18 years of doing meditations, maybe 5 times I actually did the meditation that was my plan. But anytime I go into guided meditation, it's a channeled experience and I really don't know what's going to happen. And there's this voice of me going like, what are we doing that? Why are we doing this? Where are we going next? Aren't we supposed to be going here? So I'm in it and I'm not in it. Some I'm in more deeply than others. But yeah, I am meditating and guiding at the same time. So yes. Okay, yes, everyone's saying stay away from the news. Yeah, I can't do news on a regular news day, so I never will. Oh my God, let's see. Your students know you're gray and no makeup? Yeah. I stole your hair, gray, and sell them down? Yeah, no, I'm not doing the down thing. I'm like, why? It's like up on an obnoxious. Like I look obnoxious. I'll own it. I look obnoxious all day long. But oh my God, hey Taylor, I saw your name there. How are you? Yeah, I can't help it. I can't help it. It's just the way I feel. And pants, real pants. I'm wearing pants. I'm not going to be that terrible. But like yoga pants, sweatpants, leggings. That's it. That's it. I do wear a bra every day, only because I never take a bra off because, well, some of us can't. Do you know what I mean? You guys know what I'm talking about. So, okay. Will, I like your questions. I'm going to rant in between your questions, you guys. Will is asking, hey, Deb, what advice would you give to developing mediums? Take my intro to mediumship class. I'm glad you mentioned it, Will. It starts a week from tomorrow. It's totally on Zoom. I was hoping that the center and life would be able to be back to normal and we could do it on Zoom and in person, but that doesn't look like it's going to happen. It's every Tuesday night in May. 6:30 to 8:30, I think it is, or 6 to 8. I always forget the times. I have all different plans of times in my head. So you could look for it on my website. So I would say take that. That's for developing mediums. That's for people who just want to learn how to connect, people who are interested, people who don't think they can do it, and people who think they can. I'm telling you, I like the whole gamut of experiences. But what would I tell developing mediums? I like this question. Thank you. Don't filter anything. Never feel like you have to know what you're talking about, because a lot of times we don't. And you can say, like, I don't know why I'm seeing this, but this is what I say. And your whole entire session shouldn't be like that, because you'll get like lazy into that. Because part of mediumship, the skill is figuring out, what are they showing me? What are they telling me? What are they expressing? What is this going on? So you do want to develop that. But at the same time, there's some things where it's like, I don't know. I had that tonight. Every single reading I have that. And I had no idea what the person was talking about, but the family knew when I described it, and they were like, oh my God, that's this. So, okay. Cause there's a lot of things we don't know, because we don't know your people. So I would say, trust everything, say whatever comes to you. And don't ever feel, I mean, I've been doing this for 19 years. And still there's always that like one person that throws me off, and it pisses me off. So you're going to have that person that tries to throw you off or is acting a little jerky or whatever. And you have to stay in your lane and stay in your mode, but it's very difficult because my ego will get involved, and I'm a human being. And when that's happening, my ego gets involved, and like I spin. My saying is I spin out of orbit. I get annoyed. So just know that there's always going to be that one person that's trying to prove you wrong. 19 years later, I can finally say I don't give a shit if someone thinks I'm fake. Finally. And it took me a very long time. Like, you know what? Don't come to me then. You know what I mean? So don't let other people's perceptions ruin what you feel and experience. And there always will be one. And there will be people that say comments, and you really have to get thick skin. And I do think that develops a strong internal sense of self, of like, listen, this is what I've got. Develop your skill, get good at it. Your skill should be developing in times when you're not doing mediumship too. You should be constantly self-reflecting. What am I feeling? What am I experiencing in your own body? So that when it comes up in a reading, you know exactly what you're talking about. So there's so many things, but I'll stop there. But there's so many things. And I do wish I had a mentor who really took me along in the beginning, because it's a very lonely journey. And this is the a-hole part of me that I'll admit. I didn't want a mentor because the ones that I could have used were too weird for me. And I know that's wrong, right, whatever, but I always wanted to stay grounded and on this level and on this earth and this plane, and not go like a little off the deep end. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's my style. And let me tell you, I'm not saying people who are a little too weird aren't good at what they do, because I like to go to the weird one. But I wanted someone who was very grounded and normal. And in my standards of normal, I'll put it that way, before someone tells me like, who the hell are you to say what's normal or not? You know what I mean? I wish I had that person to kind of like train me and take me under their wing. So I didn't have that in the beginning. That's what I needed. So I like that question. Thank you. Oh my God. Okay. Gary's pickles are coming back up again. Okay. Asking for a friend from ETA. You really are. Has been meditating often and is also starting journaling often after meditation. Notice she's writing in third person. What does that mean? Oh, I love that. Could be a couple things. Third person, like she, it could be that you're outside of yourself and you're observing, they are observing themselves as another person. It could be that. It could be that that's the way the information is flowing more easily instead of owning it as an I. So it's hard to say. It would depend on like what's coming through. So it could be many things, but one of those two things are the first things that come to my mind. Strawberry rhubarb cobbler, because you need comfort food. Now I need strawberry rhubarb cobbler. Amazing. Okay. Oh, wow. Jillian bought 96 panels of garden fencing, wasn't happy with the colors, so decided to spray paint all of them. Fantastic. Send your boys. They would love that. And I'm sure your husband and kids feel the same way. Like, isn't that funny when we get to like, no, they're the wrong color. And everyone in the family's like, okay, mommy, we'll do it. Got it. Because everyone knows we need what we want. We want what we want. Oh my God. Oh, that's cute, Nancy. Listen to this idea. Nancy says, my daughter's teacher does this thing with her class called catch up and relish. Like catch up during the day and relish what you've worked on. Thought it was a good idea. I love that. Catch up and relish. That is so brilliant. Now I want a hot dog though. Let's see. I look like the braless crazy cat lady with a headband most days. You saw the birthday dance, sometimes bathrobe included. Yeah. You know what is, let me ask you this real quick aside, and then I want to have more questions. And don't forget to press thumbs up, you guys, on YouTube, because it's good for me. It's good for my ego. Where was I going? Oh, teenagers, parents of teenagers. Do your children come up to you and, it's Corona uglies going on right now. It's when you're home, it's like comfort time. Anyway, like forget Corona. This happened before Corona, but now it's happening more because we're all home together. But do they ever come up to you and they do one of these and they like snap a picture with you in the background, right? And you're like gross. You're like Corona uglies. Do you know what I'm saying? And then to find out that they like sent that to their friends. Do your teenagers do this? Because my sons do this to me all the time. And it's super bad for my self-esteem. And I'm like, you guys, why are you sending that to your friends? Like your mother is embarrassing and disgusting. So, and like, these are bad pictures. So don't be like, no, you're not disgusting. I'm fine. I feel fine with my life and my soul, whatever, or not, who cares? But like I feel bad for them. I'm like, they're going to make fun of your mother because she looks disgusting in that picture. They do this all the time. They think this is funny. So the other day, one of the cave boys, who shall be not named, but he's the youngest one, he did that, took a picture of me, and I'm like, oh my God, stop doing it. I look disgusting. Like, oh my God. So he sent it to a friend named Jenna, and he said that Jenna's mom watches you on YouTube. And I'm like, what's her last name? And he couldn't remember the last name of the mom. And that second, he starts laughing at his phone, and Jenna sent a picture of her mom in her robe to him. And he goes, oh my God, Mom, her mom's like you. She's yelling at Jenna because she took a picture of her in her robe. So I'm like, oh, good. I'm glad to hear that. So Jenna's mom, if you're listening, 1, let me know that you're Jenna's mom. And 2, I didn't see the picture of the robe, so don't worry. It's just the kids see us. And I know I'm equally as disturbed and really like upset about this whole thing. Like, stop taking pictures of me in my home. I feel like it's a paparazzi. Okay, that's what I feel like. That's what I feel like. Hold on. I just had a message. One moment. Who's that? Oh, there he is. Here's my guy. Are you coming in? The other guy. And my other guy, Baker. Baker is here. Oh, he's not. He's gone now. Oh, you are coming in. I was just talking about you. That's why you came down. Okay, is Jenna's mom listening? This is the one who takes pictures of me. This is Christopher. He takes pictures of me. Really ugly. Yes. You guys can see Baker. He got so big. You want to lift him up? Because he's so big, I can't even lift him up. He's my love of my life. Oh, Baker, are you going to come up? So, Christopher, right? You take pictures. You can do that. They're going to need to hear you. You take pictures of us, of me. Okay, sure. Yeah, I want to know, is Jenna's mom watching? You should text her. Like, what's up? Oh, where's Baker?
Baker, come here.
Jess and I together are like, oh, look, a squirrel. Where the hell did he go? I don't know. Okay. All right. Let's see. Let me. Will, it makes so much sense. I've been trying to make sense of the feelings that are present when I'm not reading, get a little freaked out at times. Yep, totally. And Will, it should never wear off, like the excitement and the like, oh my God, I can't believe I got that right. That should never wear off because it never wears off for me. This little boy makes me happy. Let me get rid of this like we can't see here. Oh, thank goodness we have Baker, the wonder dog, right?
Mm-hmm.
Let's see if we can lower the table a little bit. Oh my God, he got really big. He's really fast. Loves chasing the squirrels.
Nervous.
He's so nervous, right?
Scared of balloons.
He's terrified of balloons. Yep. Chris is trying to teach him not to be scared of balloons by playing with the balloon, which is not helping. But I just love him so much. Okay, Kyle, your nieces do that. Okay. Patty. Patty's asking, if a parent dies and you're young when they die, do you block them out or just have no memory of them? It's hard to say, and it goes with any death. And I think actually psychology, neurology talks about not really having very good clear memories until we're in school age, because we actually associate our memories with like a classroom or a particular teacher. And that's why we tend to remember more from like 4 or 5 or whenever you started school on versus those first few years. Oh my God, he's like so relaxed. I wish you guys could see him. Oh yeah, you guys can. Someone said, hi, Christopher. Debbie said that. So I don't think you block them out. I think it's just a brain thing. You certainly don't energetically block them out and they don't ever leave you, that's for sure. But I do believe I've read that there's a thing with memory and it's attached to more school because it's outside of your everyday life and living. So, and that makes sense to me because I can remember things like, if you asked me what happened when I was 8, I don't know. But if you asked me what happened in 3rd grade, I instantly know. So I can remember a couple of things. He is so cute. He doesn't stink today. Hi, Baker. We love you. I just love him. I just love him so much. I can't believe it. He sleeps on our bed every night.
I look away.
Yeah, you do look a little pale. It's the corona pale. You're handsome, though. This is my baby Christopher and our dog
Hey,
Baker.
babies.
Is Jack on? Let's see if Jack is looking at his doggy. This one. Let's see. Just remembered my other question I was pondering. Do you or would you do medical mediumship with preventative steps people should take in their health? I do medical mediumship. It's not something I was going to say it's not something I do with every reading, but that's not true. When I do a reading, I scan the energy around you, which is your loved ones around you, and then I scan your energy field. I would have more, because I don't know enough about the human anatomy. I am much more better, is what I was going to say, which is embarrassing. I'm much better at understanding the link between health and emotional things or blocks. But health stuff comes up. I always refer you to a doctor because obviously I'm not a doctor, but I do. That is part of the whole thing. We do a little bit of that in the intro to mediumship, but very little because I don't want to teach brand new people too much on medical mediumship because that's a scary terrain. You could really freak someone out. You could really scare them. So I don't think that's right. So, and preventative steps, I would take on an emotional level, like preventative steps of speaking up and standing your ground and knowing and learning what boundaries are and knowing who you are. That type of stuff actually is part of a preventative healthcare versus what supplements and things like that. But that stuff has come through in readings. I know. Krista said, I love him. We just love him. We keep saying that our quarantine would be miserable without him. Because we just, when we feel like we're getting the quarantine crazies, We just go and squeeze him and kiss him, right? We just keep saying we want to squish him. And those of you who don't know me, like, this is the first dog I've ever had that I'm like obsessed with. I think everything he does is adorable. Okay. Dorothy, hello. If you have a rush of chills run through you, is that a sign of some sort? Yes, I always call them truth chills. And those come through all the time during readings, and I use them because someone tonight in a reading said, oh, I think you're talking about my uncle so-and-so. And I didn't get a real reaction. And then someone else, it was one of those group Zooms, someone else said, no, I think she's talking about so-and-so. And I got the truth chills. And I was like, yes, that's who we're talking about. So they come up all the time. And I do believe that's a sign of understanding or noticing or feeling the energy change. That's what it is. But I call them the truth chills for sure. Oh my God, it looks like he's using the mouse. We love it. Ooh, lickage. I'm not really a fan of licking. Okay. Haley does it. It's annoying. They can't do it when you're decent looking. Ma, you're gross today. Look, world, isn't she gross? Yeah. So all the kids do it. Look what he's doing. He's biting the desk. Oh, it's adorable. Okay. How wonderful your boys love you just the way you are. It is, isn't it? Right? You guys see me in my Corona uglies all day. Oh my God. And they don't even say anything. They're like, not like, Mom, like, do your hair or anything. They're just like, whatever. I'm training them to be really good husbands. That's what I'm doing. That's what my job is. Hey, Kim. Oh my God, Kim, is Jack there? Is Jack seeing this? Okay. I recorded my sister freaking out over a spider. I made sure I didn't record her because of the Rona ugly going on. So it's just her freaking out and me hysterically laughing. That was fun. That's hilarious. The Rona uglies. It's terrible. But I'm getting used to it. I like the meme saying I'm getting nervous about how comfortable I am with my own ugly. It's great. Okay. Lisa is asking, can you speak a bit about dreaming during times of stress? Since this has begun, my dreams have been filled with family, former coworkers, plus my parents' son and in-laws who have transitioned. Yeah, that's a great question. I'm somebody who doesn't experience dreams too much, and even I'm having dreams and noticing dreams. So that the collective consciousness is absolutely shook, and that's going to I call it dredging. It's going to dredge up some subconscious and unconscious stuff in us, which is always a good thing. I read recently that dreams pertain to the day that you had the dream and the day before. Most dreams will pertain to. So whatever happened in the 2 days before that dream, it's usually coming from those 2 days, which last night, Greg and I watched Criminal Minds, and it was a particularly disturbing one. Because a little boy died. And of course, my dream last night was about having a child get kidnapped, and it wasn't one of mine. It was in the dream mine, but it wasn't one of mine. And it was very clear of like all this tension and stress and stuff was coming up. So I would say that if you're dreaming about loved ones who have crossed over, that's them kind of collectively helping you go like, okay, it's okay. We're around you. We're here, that sort of thing. But yeah, how many of you have noticed that of a lot of dreams? Have you? Do you have dreams?
I don't know what you said.
Do you have do you have dreams? I mean, do you remember your dreams?
No, I never do.
No, I don't really either. Sure.
You drink out.
Yeah, you don't want to drink on my straw? Because of my Rona uglies? If I had my hair done and I didn't look Rona ugly, would you do it?
Corona's going around.
Baker's such a well-behaved boy. He is now. We have not had any accidents in the house in what, over a month, right? Since we've been here.
Come here.
He's so great. He's learning like come and all of that. It's fantastic.
He learns how to catch food when we're around. Ben taught him that today.
Oh yeah? I wasn't there, huh? I had a reading about 2 years ago, and it was read that my health was good, but since I've had some health issues, are these long-term issues or short? Those are, that Rich is like a more personal intuitive questions, which sometimes I do in here. I have been doing readings since 9 a.m. today, all day throughout the day. So I'm not doing readings tonight only because you wouldn't even want my information now. Look at your handsome little collar.
He's heavy now.
And Greg, how do you feel about Baker being the new bed pillow? Oh, he has to sleep right in between Greg's legs too, which is hilarious. And then Greg has to like move his leg over. It's so funny. That's where he settles in. He knows. He's like, I better not disturb my mother's sleep. Oh my God, we love him so much. Thank you, Walden Humane Society. He is the best thing that ever happened.
What's going on?
I don't know if he does. I think he looks happy there. He looks like, oh my God, he's so cute. I can't stand it. And then, yes, Bailey's happy now because now he sleeps with Ben every night and everybody is happy and everyone sleeps through the night. Okay, Julian, please delve more into your thinking of when we're looking to reopen. Am I the only one loving this quarantine? Total reset button, more time at home, better for my marriage, loving this time. I agree. I had like not such a fun week last week. Like, yeah, I had some like implosions and explosions. It happens. I'm sorry. Right? He's like, yeah. Little whatever.
I'm just paying attention to him. I'm not really.
Okay, that's perfect. Look at the face. I can't even take it. He's mushy. He's mushy. So I like it too. I do. I like the reset. I think we all needed the reset. But it's also weird. And I like the weird. And then I don't like the weird. So it's time. I like the forcing time with the kids and talking and not feeling so stressed and overwhelmed of being in 8,000 places. I love that. I'm happy for them. Like, I feel like they're rested, believe it or not. I don't know. I like it too in a lot of ways. But this week, I didn't really like it for other reasons. But I don't think you're the only one because I just talked to a friend today and she was like, I'm happy with this. I'm ready for this to be the new normal. So I think we all did need a reset. We needed to really hunker down. And isn't it amazing how we're just staying home and we are not making our minds busy with much, which will make us crazy at first and everything will be amplified. And then we start seeing like what really matters. What do I need to do? What do I not want to do? I keep saying this is an opportunity to look into ourselves to say like what really matters to me individually and then be able to start implement that. And it's hard. So I'm not diminishing people who have panic issues and germaphobes. I feel terrible. Thank God I'm not a germaphobe. I'm so not like squeamish with germs at all. So I'm not worried about getting it. I am worried about overtaxing the healthcare system, and I am worried about being one of those people that spreads it because I'm not aware that I have it. So that's it. He is a little antsy.
Yeah, he's annoying.
He's annoying.
Yeah,
you can put him down if you want. We love him. Oh my goodness. Okay. Oh, Kelly, I mean, Dorothy, I love that Kelly was part of one of your winks. I love it, love it, love it. Oh, let's see. Christopher is cute and has an unbelievable head of hair. He really does. We were just talking about that, wondering, where did he get it from, me or Dad? And of course, it was from me. Hello. It is amazing hair, and it's so thick. My hair is not thick like that. I have a lot. My hair is thin, according to my hairdresser, but I have a lot of it. His is thick, amazing hair.
I know you're not supposed to touch your eyes.
But... no, it's okay. When you're in your own home, we can. And yeah, Greg and I cut his hair 2 weeks ago. Probably time to do a little trim again. But Greg and I did a little hair session. We did a little like millimeter at a time, but we did it. That's his first thing, right? When this is over?
Yes.
What's your first thing you want to do? Haircut?
I don't know. Yeah, probably.
Haircut?
Basketball, but
what do you miss? Do you miss anything? Basketball?
Mm-hmm.
And school, right? You kind of miss...
Yeah, I guess.
Yeah,
school is now is annoying. It's stupid.
Why is it stupid?
It's too long.
Oh, don't do on wires.
I don't know, really. It's just like, it's not like, Zoom is not how they said it was going to be. It's like, they don't, for my classes, they don't really like I don't know how to describe it. They don't like teach us. They just tell us like to check in. They don't really like teach on us,
Right.
so it's not like.
Well, hey, don't eat that. Oh my God. The very first Zoom class Chris had, I think I told this story. Did I tell this story on here? I don't know. Well, I was doing a reading in my bedroom, and I knew that Zoom classes were starting, and they were up early, and I hear Chris running into my son Ben's room, and I hear them laughing, giggling, whatever. And I'm like thinking to myself, but I'm in the middle of reading, but I'm thinking to myself, oh, how cute are those two? Like they're brothers and they're helping each other with this Zoom thing. And, they're just laughing about the Zoom thing.
Thank you.
No. Well, yes, but no. What they were doing was that the very first Zoom class Chris had, someone put porn on their screen. And so that poor teacher had that, like, first, like, whatever. And Chris was running into his brother's room to tell him and show him. And that's what they were laughing about. So, yeah. So you haven't had that again?
Well, we haven't really had lives.
Oh, that's probably why they haven't had lives.
Oh, you said
that's why they haven't had lives. Yeah, you can't make this stuff up. I feel bad for you teachers. Like, what do you do with that? What do you do? I don't even know. Ah, I'm gonna. Oh, I thought he was throwing up. I was like, oh my God, I'm gonna throw up. Mike, get a dog.
Right here.
What does it mean if you have almost the same dream every night, and if it takes place in a place you know very well from your dreams but doesn't exist?
It's not like, what's that thing called? When you see it in your dream and then you see it in like real life.
Oh, deja vu?
Yeah.
I
don't know if that was it, but
it could be like that, but I would really pay attention to every bit of the aspect of the dream. Hard to say what, if it's, what are you eating? He's eating something. Come here.
Oh, you want me to take it out?
What are you eating?
He's getting
paper. He's eating paper. So it's hard to say without the specifics what it could be. And I'm not a dream expert. I'm good at hearing a dream and kind of getting a sense of what it could be about, but I don't know all the ins and outs about dreams. So I would look more into like a dream analysis or dream interpreter. But I would pay attention to all the details of the dream, where it is, what it is, how you feel, the colors, the lighting, daytime, nighttime, who's in it. Do you know everyone? Any details change in the dream? Are you aware of already what's going to happen, or does it feel new every time and then you realize, wait, I dreamt that already? There's a lot of things to pay attention about for that. Okay.
And he just texted me.
Is there a way to know for sure if there's a spirit in your home? If you are in your home, there is a spirit in your home. There is no such thing as spirits that really stay with a particular house, home, property. They will say differently on paranormal TV. It's not quite accurate. But if you live in a home, then your people from the other side are there too. They live there too. If you think that it's possible that you can pass... Oh, okay. What did you... Oh, his toy. Thanks, Chris. I know he does. He's like, where are you taking me? Sometimes you can feel the energy that resided at your home or property or business before you were there, but it's not 100% accurate to say that a spirit resides at or stays at a home, which I know you didn't say, but a lot of people think that, like, oh my God, I've had so many people over the years, it's weaned off because I don't believe in doing this for people. When people say, I need you to come to my house and tell a spirit to go. And I'll go, okay, I just did. I don't believe in needing someone to do that for you. They are not bothering you in the way that you think you are. So if you have like an energy in your house that kind of freaks you out, then you need to talk about what it is that freaks you out. And I could help you understand yourself with that, which will help you feel better in your home, if that makes sense. But if you are at your house, there's energy, spirits at your house. They want you in the mic. Okay. Do you see the kids going to school through the summer? I don't.
Oh,
I think the school system, I think the school system is so like, whoa, we don't even know what to do, that I think that I think they're just going to have to call this time, figure out what they've got to do moving forward in the next year. And I don't think they are going to go through the summer. I heard from my friend today, I think she said, I think it was North Carolina or it was in another state. What they were doing is the kids that were passing and doing well, they said, school's over, you're done. The kids that were failing, those are the ones the teachers were teaching, which to me makes so much sense because it's an overtaxed system. Teachers are new at what they're doing. They don't know how to, everybody's scrambling. So the kids that were doing fine, let's let them be for a little bit and let's catch up this group. And that way the teachers have less to focus on and the kids that really need the help get the help. I think that's a brilliant idea. So I loved that. But I don't think they're going to, not in New York anyway. I don't think they're going to go through this summer. And I don't know what they're going to do. I really don't. Oh, of course. Jack, we just put Baker upstairs. Chris did. So you just missed him. Let's see.
You saw what Jack said? Go all the way down.
Jake is saying the same thing as Chris. Misses basketballs and teachers aren't teaching online. Yep. I got to give it a shout out to a teacher named Mr. LaPolte at Walk Hill School, though. Ben is in his class, and the fact that I have an 11th grade son that comes to me to tell me what is going on and what Mr. LaPolte says in his online videos, to me, that says so much as a teacher, because obviously he's grabbed your attention. He makes the kids laugh. He's so real and funny, and I just love it. I love to hear that. So shout out to Mr. LaPolte. Zoom has improved in security. What is deja vu? Can you explain? Deja vu literally means already have seen in French, but it's that moment where all of a sudden you're in an experience and you realize, or it's so familiar because it's happened before, that you can kind of predict what's going to happen next. Like all of a sudden you realize, wait, I know what's happening before, and then you're going to say this, and then the person says that. What is it? It's a glimpse or proof that all of time exists at the same time. And it's one of those, it's like a glitch in the system, the glitch in physics and quantum, that all of a sudden we become aware of something that has already happened, even though we know it has not really already happened, but we can experience it and feel it all over the place. Hello, Miss Baxter. How are you? Oh my gosh. Chris just pointed you out, like, look who's here. Nancy, we all hear a young girl. So it could be attached to your property. It's hard to say. Poor Chris. He's going to be stuck in school. He's not. So are you, Jack. You're going to be stuck. Where are you, Jack? You haven't answered my texts. My son, Jack, has not answered my texts. So I miss you, even though you don't think I miss you, because he called me the other day and said, Mom, if you miss me so much, pay for my dinner. And I was like, dude, really? Right, Jack? That does not mean I don't love you. It means that I'm not a sucker. So I love you. I miss you, and call me. We miss you.
He invites me every day at the Xbox party.
Yeah?
No, I don't join.
You don't join?
He's either going to ask me to play 2K with him or play 2K with him. I don't want to play.
And you're like not about that life?
I don't play. I just get on to look at what's new.
And you get up. Yeah, you really haven't been playing video games. We are getting Ben and Chris up, like not regular school hours by any means, but by 9 a.m. we have you up. 8:30, 9 a.m. we're waking them up just to keep them on some sort of like regularity. Although you wake up on your own pretty much. Chris will come down, make himself breakfast, work out. He does it all. They both do. They all do. All three of them do. One of them, yeah. Jack hasn't been here with us.
Thank God.
Uh-oh, we're going to hear from Jack in a minute. Sometimes I have dreams of strangers and it feels like I've known them forever. I never feel better than in those dreams. My friend and I almost had an identical dream about the same person. Dreams are phenomenal. They really are. It's the subconscious at work. And the dreams are, it's a way of our subconscious helping us to process information that didn't get processed within those 2 days prior to the dream, and our old stuff, whatever's collectively building up over time. So dreams are cool and phenomenal. When a person sees the same reference signs multiple times, how do you know what you're supposed to do with it? That's a great question because I get this one very similar in many different ways. Like people will say, I feel like my mom is trying to reach out to me, but I don't know what she's trying to say. But just know that when you get the same sign, it's just validation or reassurance. There's nothing the other side needs to tell us because they don't have a limited ability of communication like we do. We like to think that we're the ones that have it all together and like, oh my God, I have to know what those signs mean. No, we're the limited ones. They're powerful. They're bright. They're brilliant. They're unlimited. If they have to get a message across, they always do. How? Who knows how? You know, freaky things happen. If you're not supposed to go to the mall and they're like, oh my God, you're not supposed to go to the mall today, they will veer you off into a different direction and you find yourself at home and you're like, oh my God, what happened to me? I didn't go to the mall. Or friend calls you and says, hey, do you have a minute? So we're always exactly where we're supposed to be is really the end of the story. Am I boring you?
No, I'm just like, I don't know why. Today I feel bored.
Yeah. Today we feel bored. Well,
every day is bored.
Yeah, you didn't get out to play basketball today because of the rain. Or yesterday. Yep. Oh, my goodness. It's hard. How are your teenagers doing? How's everyone doing? Like, I'm pretty impressed with these guys. I'm impressed. I mean, we have our moments where we're all like, oh my God, we're losing it. But for the most part, we're all pretty calm and chill, right?
Mm-hmm.
And just going with the flow. Eating a lot of like home cooked meals, which is what? We're not?
Snacks.
Oh, we're eating a lot of snacks.
Going grocery.
Oh my God. Chris and I go to the grocery store and it's ridiculous because Chris will be like, should we get this? And I'm like, yeah, get it. Yes, definitely. Yes, we need that. Sure. Yes. Ruffles have ridges. We need them. And then all of a sudden I know, and it's like ridiculous.
I always say food store. And I was on FaceTime with Sean and like 3 other people, and they're always like food store. Because you guys say it too, so I'm like food store. And then they started saying it's a grocery store, not food store. So like, I keep like, every time I say food store, I think of them.
What do you guys call it? We do say the food store? I say the food store?
Say it.
I have to pay attention. I have to go to the grocery store. Grocery store. Oh, you know what? I have something to tell you guys. Here's something I think is kind of important. They said tomorrow's gonna be a nice day. Yeah, basketball all day. Yes. Yes, yes, yes. Okay. Do you ever observe yourself being an idiot? What do I mean? I like everyone, and I will say on social media, will constantly point out someone else being an idiot. For example, someone will say, I saw someone on the grocery store line buying more meats and they're hoarding meats, right? Right. That's why I'm bringing this up. And then like, they don't know the story, but they might have seen someone like buy more meats or take more toilet paper or whatever it is. And people are quick to lash out, right? Or quick to judge. And I challenge all of you to pay attention when you're the idiot and someone else observing you would go, wow, they're an idiot. For example, I caught myself being an idiot. I wasn't deliberately being an idiot. And that's my point. We're at the food store, grocery store. I guess I do say food store. We're at the store, and I'm not going to say which one, but shout out to the lady who hooked us up. I buy food for the week, and I had chopped meat and steaks and chicken and something else meat-wise.
Meat.
A pork loin. Pork loin.
Greg.
And had all this stuff, right? And all of a sudden, she was scanning me. And she said, ma'am, you can only have 2 meats. And I had no idea. She's like, there's a sign there. And I'm like, oh my God, I'm so sorry. Like, I swear on my life, I did not see a sign. If I saw the sign, I would never have embarrassed myself by acting like this, hoarder of meats because I'm not about that world. I will not go starving. I will not, because I've got cookie dough, so I'll be fine. But so I'm like, oh my God, I really didn't know that. Now here we had 2 chopped meats, we had 2 steaks, we had pork, pork thing and chicken, right? We had a lot of meat. I didn't think anything of it. I really didn't think anything of it. And she's like, you can't. And I'm like, okay, like, oh my God, I'll put it back. And she's like, listen, just get a bag. I'll ring it up and just do it. And she let me do it. Now I'm observing that later on, and I'm thinking, who saw that and thought that woman over there, me, is such a hoarder and so awful. Look at her. She's hoarding all the meat and she's getting away with it. So it was one of those moments that I didn't follow the rules. I was the idiot. I was the clueless one. You could have said I was hoarding, but I wasn't. I was buying our food for the next week and a half, 2 weeks. So catch yourself when you're the idiot, when you're standing in front of someone too close to them. Because I saw someone, I can't believe all these people not social distancing 6 feet away or 9,000 feet. Who the hell knows? It's not going to matter, by the way. I mean, observe it because it's nice and it's our rules right now, but it's not going to matter. So just observe it, because we're so quick to judge someone else for their behavior when maybe they just had no idea. And maybe I'm an idiot for not reading the sign. You can go, this dumb woman. But the truth of it was I did not see a sign, didn't even think of it, didn't even know. And once I found out, I was like, oh my God, I'll put it back. I had no idea. And she let me. So notice that. Notice when you are the village idiot and laugh at it. And maybe it'll make you not judge someone else the next time. Because maybe, yes, there's those people who are going to hoard and they're going to try to pretend and whatever, but they're small. They're not that many out there. The people who are like leaving the gloves in the parking lot. We saw gloves, and that's disgusting. I can't even imagine. Chris and I were saying, I could not imagine myself being the person who just is like, I'm taking these off and leaving in the cart. So I'm judging. And the baby wipes. But at the same time, maybe some of them took them off and weren't even thinking, like didn't even think about it. Like they weren't literally just throwing it there. They were just like, they placed it down and then left the cart. Who knows? Let's stop being so fast to judge what people's behavior are, because maybe it's just maybe they're, you know what? Maybe they're so in a corona fog that they totally didn't realize it. Let's give each other the benefit of the doubt until someone proves otherwise, that they're the village idiot. And then you can say, hey, that's rude. Like my pork poker lady last couple weeks ago. She was on the phone the whole time on the food store. That's rude. That I would not do, but who knows? So notice that. I thought that was a good story. It was a good story to share, because it was one of those moments where I was the person that other people would have been like, look at her. And they would go onto social media. I saw Deborah Hanlon. She ate too many meats, that sort of thing. Okay, let's see. We're almost at the end. I don't think we're at the end. I don't. I think we're going to be a little while into this. All right, Nick. Hi, Deborah, and hi, Chris. When my subconscious has second thoughts on whether or not something is good or bad in life, is that a loved one who passed talking to us? Example, second thoughts after a date. I would not attribute it all to a loved one. And why? Because I would not want someone to start anyone. Our first barometer of our intuition is within. And additional helpers in that could be maybe our loved ones who have crossed. But I would never teach someone to go to your loved one first before your own intuition and gut, because the more you establish your own sense of self and that sense of intuition, then you always are with yourself, and you always have yourself to rely on, and you start to feel safer in yourself. So, just getting a phone call. So don't attribute it to them immediately. If you're having second thoughts, sit with it. Listen to it. You can ask yourself, is it fearful second thoughts? Like, are you having second thoughts because this person is so different than what your pattern of person you've dated before, that they're so different that they're outside your comfort zone? Is that what's going on? Do you feel inferior to this person for some reason? Or is it really like, yeah, no, I just get a no vibe on this person. So sit with it. Sit with it. And then I don't know. I constantly teach this and talk about this. When we like ask ourselves a question and the answer is, I don't know, I don't know, I don't know what to do, that is information. And I don't know means, oh my God, I don't know what to mean. I don't know what to do. It means I don't have enough information for a positive yes or a positive no or whatever. So I don't know is still an answer. So just don't rush it. Don't force it on yourself. Very important, very good question too. Two in general or two kinds of one meat? I think it was two in general, and because I did not expect her. I was expecting to pick just two out of all of that, and there was a lot there. So I think it was two total or two in general, if I remember. Let's see. What do I mean 6 feet apart isn't going to matter? If you're walking in a store and I have to wait for the person to pick something off the shelf and put it in their basket and move along, you're going to then move into that space. These things are airborne. So 6 feet is not going to matter. 6 feet will matter. And my God, let me stop. I'm not a health expert. I am not an infectious disease person. I abide by and believe in that we all should do what is being asked of us as a society to take care of one another. So this is not one of these like Deborah thinks and all the experts are wrong. This is not that. But my logic in a grocery store is that no one's standing still other than the cashiers. You're moving through the store. People are breathing. We are going to be fine. If we have start to develop intense fear over breathing in air, there is a very, very big problem brewing. So let's start catching ourselves being too anxious about, oh my God, what if this, what if that? The majority of us are going to be fine. That's proven, that's talked about. That's not why we're doing this. We're not doing this for the 90% of the people who do get better and will get better. We're doing this for the 10% who can't, and for the rest of society that if our healthcare system is taxed and I break my arm, I have no place to go. So it's a bigger health crisis for other health reasons if the hospitals are inundated with people. That's my understanding of this. I could be wrong. Go see Fauci, go ask him. But that's what I mean by 6 feet isn't going to matter when like I picked a jar off the shelf 4 seconds after someone else just moved. That 6 feet's not going to matter. Oh my goodness. Let's see. We're all innocent unless we're intentionally being a-holes. I really believe that. I really do. Yeah, you want your money water? Sorry. I was, let's see, going up and down aisles. I was so stressed. We were stressed this last time at the food store. We do call it a food store. I was going up and down the aisles in wrong directions of the store. I couldn't understand why people were looking at me funny. When I realized, I busted out laughing and apologized to everyone around me. Exactly. Now, you know, there was somebody like, oh my God, that woman, she's not following the arrows. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Now we have arrows. I get it. But when we didn't used to have arrows, and then I went and I did my old routine, and now I have a new routine. So let's stop being so quick to judge people that they're just jerks not wanting to listen. Because most people really do want to listen and follow directions. Nobody wants to be the a-hole. You get one every once in a while. I'm not saying they don't exist. They do. But for the most part, I think people are just like, oh my God, I didn't even realize. Right? We had that. We're like, oh, wrong aisle. We have to go around.
Like a maze.
It was like a maze. It took us forever. It took us so long. And we're record food shoppers.
It took us an hour.
Yeah, it was ridiculous. We go in
We also have like
20 minutes. We have 4 carts. Okay, let's see. What did Greg say? It doesn't. Oh, Greg was saying something about the meat. I used to think my kids were indigo kids, and they would say odd things as kids. It lasted a long time, along with seeing and hearing things in the house. Are indigo kids a real thing? Yes, they're totally a real thing. They're children that are born. No, all children are born with it. It's Children who remain open for longer. Sorry. Open to their intuition, open to the fact that there's something more than just this realm and world. Yes, I believe there is such thing. People want to say, oh my God, my child's indigo, indigo, indigo. And there's the Indigo Children book and Rainbow Children book. I think they're great to read, but I don't think it's good to stay stuck on that label either, because it doesn't mean like, oh, you're an indigo child, but Jack's not, that type
What
of
is
thing.
it?
It's like, we'll just sum it up in like super intuitive. Deb, when's it going to warm up? I don't know. When hell freezes over. How about that? Annoying.
Oh, you can click it and then it shows up there.
Yeah.
Did it show for everyone?
Yep, but if I'm on their phones, it's so tiny, they probably can't see it. But if I'm on their desktop, they can see it. I should just inject disinfectant. I'm not even going there. I'm not going there. Either way, pro, con, against, I'm not turning my show into that because we're all tired of all that. I just got back from ShopRite and finally found toilet paper. We bought industrial toilet paper. The rolls are like this big. I thought it was a poor choice at first, but I think it's doing the trick. It's working just fine. And we bought industrialized paper towels because
I know they're the same thing.
The toilet paper? And no, they're not the same.
They look the same.
They do look, because they're gigantic rolls. But the paper towels was so exciting. One roll of paper towels like lasted us like forever, and we usually go for like one roll a day because we're ridiculous. So yeah. Oh my God.
When did you start this?
You're yawn. I know, right? Don't go there, Greg. What a jerk. Okay. How do you know when the right time to press forward with your new business? I'm feeling it now to share content. How do I know it's the right timing or wait? Don't worry about the right timing. When are you ready? And we're never really ready to like be vulnerable and take the leap. So when I say the word that like when are you ready? I don't mean like wait for that time where you're like, yes, I'm 100% ready, because that doesn't always happen. If you're feeling like prepared and you have the content and it's out there, do it. Just do it. It's like, just jump. And the right people and the right things will start clicking and together and adding up. So I would just get on it and just do it. And don't worry about the timing of it. Let's see. Do you think during this pause, activity from the other side is more active or more pronounced? Nope, I would not say more active or more pronounced, but definitely more noticed, more asked for, because we are taking the time out and going, oh my gosh, are you here? I need you here. Give me a sign. We're doing that work. They don't need to do that work. They knew this was coming. Did not tell us. I had no word about this, but so no, they're not more active, but more pronounced, perhaps because we are more aware during this time, because we're not as busy. The thing that killed our intuition is our productivity, our logic, our go. That stopped. I mean, don't forget, just 200 years ago with Native Americans on the land, they could feel danger by sitting in their homes, in their teepees, and they're out in the fields as they're hunting. They were one with nature. They could feel it. So we lost that because we became disconnected from that. We got really busy, and we got busy with things that are plastic and not living, and we got sidetracked. And this is bringing us sort of back to it. Carolyn, you plan on taking my mediumship class? That's right. Tuesday, a week from tomorrow, you guys. The introduction to mediumship is starting. Don't delay on it. There's 6 sessions, so there's 6 Tuesdays all through May, and then the first 2 in June. And they are built separately from each other, so if you miss one, you can attend number 2. But obviously, if you take all of them, you're going to have more skills and put more skills into your toolbox. But I have a very real world way of teaching mediumship. The last time I taught this series was a year ago, and people were like, oh my God, I cannot believe it the first night, going, oh my God, I had no idea that that's what this is. So if you're mildly curious, if you want to take it because you want to connect with your own people more, you want to do it to be a medium, whatever it is, you're intrigued about it, join me. And next Tuesday, and sign up in advance, because a couple people last night missed meditation because they tried to sign up like after 6 p.m. and we shut it off so that we can, Michelle doesn't have to send the codes out. So make sure you do it in advance before Michelle turns it off. Do I have openings? I do have openings, and it's all online, all through Zoom, all live. So they're done together, and have pen and paper ready, questions ready. Have a peaceful space as much as you can, if that's possible. Headphones always help. But I'm excited. This is forcing me to do everything online and out of my comfort zone, and all online. And it's working.
Yeah,
It's working. Hey, Melissa, how are you? Okay, let's see. What does it mean when you dream of someone passing away? Hard to say. Some people have premonition dreams, and some, not a lot. Most dreams of people that are going to pass away are not saying, they're not like, oh my God, what am I trying to say? I was reading that and trying to think at the same time. What do you call it when they're premonition? Oh my God. They're not premonition dreams. Most could be like an aspect of the relationship that you had with that person is passing away, meaning it's dying, it's changing into something else. So it depends. So don't get all freaked out if you think it like is literal, because it doesn't necessarily have to be literal. What did teenagers, why are we writing about teenagers? Teenagers. Did someone else write something about teenagers?
I don't know.
I don't know. Anyway. All right. I'm just trying to read. I'm noticing more signs for sure. How many of you are attending my meditation? Because I used to do them every other Sunday night. And now through this time, I think we all need meditation. So I do them every Sunday night. They start at 7:30 to about 9, different every single week. I plug into your energy and we collectively create the meditations. So there's no two meditations that have ever been repeated, because they're all different. In I think it's 18 years that I'm doing meditation classes, and I've never repeated ever. Oh my God, it's so funny. I love your blonde hair that you have on your website. I had blonde hair.
You did?
For like, for my hairdresser worked with me, and it took 9 months for me to get my hair that color blonde. 9 months, because this is my natural color, even though it's not. Like, obviously gray is becoming my natural, but my birth hair color was this, even though this is a dye now. But it is my natural fake color. But I was like, you know what? I want to do the blonde thing. I want to lighter, lighter, lighter. And it took her 9 months to get this. And it was fried. My hair was fried. And I had it finally, like the color I'd wanted 9 months prior, maybe for a month. And then I was like, I can't take this anymore. I need to go back. And she was like, okay. And I went back to dark. So there was like 10 months of my life that I had blonde hair and light hair. But I must have met so many people in that 10 months, because I can't tell you how many people still come up to me and go, I thought you were blonde. Or when did you dye your hair dark? And it's so funny because I'm dark hair and I was only blonde for 10 months. But I loved it. I love doing it. I love that I did it, but I will never do it again. I am not supposed to be blonde. I like my dark hair. Even if it looks greasy tonight, but that's only because against the like thing, you know? Like it looks kind of greasy because of the green thing, green screen. Oh my goodness. Marnie, hello. I was working, forgot the time. Why do some people remember their dreams and others don't? That's a great question. Tonight is all about dreams. It's so funny. How you doing?
Good.
You good? Good. Okay. I have a theory that I believe that people who tend to be much more logical in their daily life tend to have more dreams because their intuitive side wants to create balance, and the balance comes in our dreams. And people who are very intuitive all day long tend to not have dreams because your body wants balance, and and it's not that we don't have dreams, it's that we don't remember them. So I think it's a balance thing. Uh, but there are so many intuitives that's how they get all their information. I have a friend who's very intuitive. She's very logical in her daytime too, though. She has the coolest premonitionary dreams. And I don't know if I haven't seen her on here tonight, but Kathy, if you're here, let me know. I will text her every once in a while and go like, have you any dreams? Because she has had so many like prophetic dreams for me that I'll text her and say, you have anything lately? You got anything? Can you give me a little insight? But that's my thought. Just curious, if you come to a gallery with someone who is closed off, can they block family members from coming through? Yes and no. Literally, no. But they could change your energy just enough to bother you. And sometimes we want it so badly to prove to them that it kind of like screws the energy up. So if someone is a super negative skeptic, I would say don't take them for your own purpose. I've had many people who are so skeptical. They'll come into my office and they'll be like so rude and crabby. And now when the people come like that, like, I don't even like, it's usually a male. I'm not going to lie. It's usually a male. Whatever. If they're doing this for her, I'll say like, why don't you just sit outside? Like, I don't like want you here either. So I tell people like, I don't want to sit with someone like that. So don't let people like that ruin it for you. Really. And I've stopped being nice about it because I'm thinking you're wasting someone's time and energy. And I want to help skeptics believe, but I don't feel like I need to anymore like I used to. And I'm getting crabbier in my old age. Wait till I come out of quarantine. I'm going to be really nasty. Isn't that funny to hear? Oh my goodness. So yes and no. And I would say, like I said, if it's negative, closed off, for your own sake, don't bring them. If it's closed off, like I don't believe, but they want to, totally different type of closed off. So then bring them then. Heather, I hate that I can see things that happen beforehand, but most of it's all bad. So I try to even acknowledge it. What can I do to see more good? I'm assuming this is in dreams, but you have to train yourself to see the good more in every minute. Like, wow, I didn't get stopped at that red light today. I got greens all the way to work. Or I just went blank. But focus on all the things that are good throughout your day so that when you start training yourself, you're going to want to see the good. Although negative energy and negative things tend to come more easily for people. Why is that? It's our wiring. It's the way we're raised. It's our biology. And Carol, that surprises me with you because you are very logical in your day-to-day. But I very rarely remember my dreams too. I very rarely. Let's see. Chris, do you think you'll ever seek to do what your mom does?
No.
And Deb, if he does, might he be more in tune due to your intuition skills?
I don't know. No, I don't know. I don't even know what to say to that.
He's so cute. I adore you.
It's hard to answer.
Yeah, no. I don't talk about this at home though. Like
We're just regular people.
like I don't say to my kids like, well, pray to your guides and loved ones and spirits, and I don't do that. It just isn't me, and it's not us. It's right. It's not our dynamic. So a lot of times I think people think they're getting raised with it, but they're not. They're probably less. And I don't want to talk about it because it's also work, and I just feel like, I don't feel like talking about work sometimes. I like talking about the living and life and like, what you think about, you bring about in your dreams. I like that stuff. I don't push that on them. But all three of them actually have been turned on to that stuff because like Kobe Bryant's passing really opened Chris's eyes to a lot of things, and he's been watching a lot of motivational videos. None of that came from me. None of that. Like he that's his trajectory. Um so I love that, but that's not because of what I do at all. It's because of who they are. Would you agree? I would too. Yeah, we don't really talk about it. What do we talk about? I don't even know.
We don't even
Baker.
talk.
Baker.
Like we talk about like Baker most of the time. Because he's just there.
Yeah, he's just there.
Always right there. If anything in your room, my room,
Yeah.
here.
Yep.
Like he's everywhere. So.
But we're always in my
Mostly
room
Baker.
or at the table
Yeah, I
talking.
can't
feel like
think
we
of
always
what
are.
we ever say.
No, I don't either. Like, I don't know. Like, what do we talk about? Like, Christopher, come in here and let's have a conversation. Yeah. But I don't talk about like, oh, your loved ones or.
I can't even think of one
Any of
word
that.
that we say. Like, I don't know. Like,
They usually
it's
tell me
weird.
basketball facts and things that are going on and
Yeah, but that's not.
different trades.
But I wouldn't just come out of nowhere and be like, blah blah blah. So,
Kind of do.
I do.
Yeah. You come in our room and say, do you know Kawhi Leonard? And I'm like, no, Christopher, I don't. Actually, that one I do know now. But like, do you know so-and-so? And I'm like, no, who's that? And I'm like thinking it's a kid at school or something. And he's like, he's the forward up for the Pistons. I'm like, oh, no, what about him? And he'll tell me stuff like that. Let's see. Okay. It is a lot. How did that all happen? Sarah, how do we sign up for Zoom reading? I'm trying to search openings online, but the only option I see is in Newburgh. Can't seem to change the date. Okay. It's not a glitch on your end. I only do Zoom private groups. So the private groups are usually you get at least 5, but no more than 10. And I highly suggest most of those people being family. I did a family tonight. They were adorable. And I do those through Zoom. But they're private one-on-one sessions. I don't do through Zoom. It's just a phone appointment. So those were opened up yesterday, and they were all taken for the rest of May, I think. Yeah, they had to have been. It's April. Yeah. God, who knows what day it is. So all the ones for May have been taken. If you are on social media, Facebook, I will post if someone's canceled, and it'll say last minute cancellation for such and such date, blah, blah, blah. And the first person to respond will get that. But you're not doing anything wrong. If you see nothing available, it's because they've all been taken. And I only open my calendar month by month. I don't book it out further than that because right now I would have about a 4-year waiting list, which is ridiculous. So I don't want anyone having a 4-year. I don't want to be on the hook 4 years for anything. So month by month seems to be working. Plus that way, nobody has to technically wait more than a month for their reading because you get your session and some people just booked yesterday and had one already today. So when it's time, it will happen, but there's no glitch on your end at all. Also, my everything is talking about like your reading is going to be at the center, but obviously that's my old website print. And I don't know why I can't talk tonight.
I feel like my teeth are stuck to my gums.
Oh my God, I can't even speak.
I don't know why I can't.
I'm tired.
I'm tired.
But ignore that. Everything is either phone if it's one-on-one or a Zoom with a private group. My cousin kept negating at your live gallery. I was so upset knowing it was my family trying to come through. I had no idea she would be so close. Yeah, it's so frustrating. So I would say, don't go to a just don't do it. I know we so much want our family members and friends to believe, but it winds up ruining your experience. So more people come alone to my galleries than with people for that purpose. So either come alone or come with people. I have people who met at my galleries and are still in touch for years and years, which I love to hear stories like that. And yeah, why do people hang out with that negativity? It's just, you know what it is? There's some people that just want to ruin things. Like, oh, I think that's crazy. And it's like, you can think it's crazy. I don't think it's crazy. That's just the way it goes. It's tough. It's not that I don't believe, I'm just afraid to piss God off or any goddesses for that matter, LOL. Yeah, no, people will say, oh my God, aren't you, I'm afraid to contact the deceased because then I'm disrupting them. And I'm thinking, what's going to happen if you disrupt them? I don't know. They're going to do something to me. And I'm like, well, I disrupt at least 6 a day. So I'm doing pretty well. So don't worry about that. That's your old conditioning, probably a Catholic upbringing or some sort of Christian upbringing. Not that it's wrong, but if it doesn't resonate with you, that belief system, then it's time to upgrade and keep pushing forward. So it's our conditioning and what we were taught early on that will make us gravitate towards this or away from it. Either way, you could be raised hardcore one way and you go the opposite way as a kid too, or as an adult. Let's see. I thought his interest to hang out with you doing this, that he may paid attention with some desire. He's adorable. He's adorable.
Thank you.
He's perfect. Right? You're perfect. He is. He really is. He's so easy. Like, he's so easy to be with. You really are. Like, you have your interests, you have your friends, you have your school, you have Greg, you have me, you have, like, you know, like, you is, I don't know, he's got his own interests. He loves to cook. He and I made the best pasta the other day.
That was too spicy.
We used very spicy arrabbiata sauce we used. It was spicy. I love red pepper, and it was really spicy. But we made a great pasta together. But he knows how to cook. He loves what's his name? Gordon Ramsay. He watches him all the time. Let's see. I dream a lot. Hell's Kitchen. Yeah, I know. Ben and I were there not long ago in February.
You were?
We were there, yeah. For we went and saw a fashion show, and then we were in Hell's Kitchen. Let's see. Sarah, thank you for reading. Thank you for answering. You did a reading for me about 8 years ago in Newburgh, and it was a very memorable experience. Thank you. I'm so happy to hear that. Reminds me I should pull out the notes and CD and re-listen to it. I love when people like re-listen to those notes because people go, oh my God, I didn't even know you said that the first time. So it is interesting to see what was said many years ago. So, all right, you guys, it's getting late. It's a long day. Got a long day tomorrow. My next virtual online gallery is on May 6th. Yes, because I have mediumship on May 5th. Kickoff is May 5th, which is the one you really want to come to, the first one. And then May 6th is my next virtual gallery. So far, they've all sold out. So don't like kind of sit on those because they've been selling out and I have no idea where we're at with numbers with that. Meditation on Sundays. And then here on Facebook on Monday nights and YouTube, Monday nights at 8:30. So I'm going to log off here because it's time, but I will see you guys hopefully at some point during the week. Hang on in there. We're getting through this. We're doing better than we think. And if you're thinking we're not doing well and everything is too chaotic, then turn off the news and turn on something that makes you laugh or makes you feel peaceful or meditate. Or I always say turn on Ellen because Ellen always makes me laugh. So find something. Patty says, Christopher, you're adorable. Peace always. Stay safe. Thank you, Patty. Thank you. Good night, guys. Good night, Kristen. Good night, Annie. Good night, Carrie. Good night. Good night. And hang tough, stay strong, all that good stuff. Thank you, guys. Bye.